Yo, what's up guys? I'm going to be using this video to help you guys prepare for January price action. I've got a bit of a hot take. I'm going to be honest. I think that January is debatably worse than December. Maybe it just happens to be the Januaries that I've traded have been bad, or I don't know, maybe I just didn't trade well during them. I don't know what it is, but I do not like January price action. It might be my least favorite month, at least thus far in the couple years I've been doing this. So I thought this would be cool to help you guys practice. It's kind of similar to December in a way because, you know, December is when the markets are winding down for the year. January is the very beginning. You know, people are figuring out their plans for the year, all that stuff. So it just tends to not be great, at least for me. I'm not going to say that it's the case for everyone. So I thought we would backtest January. I'm going to get it all set up and we'll get to it. All right, first thing I want to say before we get to this, bro, is to prepare for January, the number one thing that I recommend is go into the year with a ready funded account, or like obviously you want a positive mindset, you want fresh starts, right? Going in with a fresh funded account is going to be such a good feeling, because if you're going in with a blown account, or you're just starting a combine, or like you're going in with an account and drawdown, it's just going to be a little bit harder, I feel like, to start the year, especially if it's a semi-difficult month. So what I recommend, bro, is here, I'll show you. I had this pulled up. I literally passed 5 accounts. This was on December 15th. I have barely been trading this month just because it's a good time to take a break. You know, the end of the year, the price action starts slowing down. I just want to make sure I had 5 top step accounts loaded up for the next year. So I've got this ready to go. I literally since then have not even been checking the charts. You know, I've been helping out some people, so obviously I'm doing still some trading stuff, but I haven't really been filming videos because I haven't been trading. Like, bro, do not be forcing this down yourself. Please enjoy your Christmas. Obviously, if you're seeing this video, I appreciate you for watching, and you know, it's good to learn a little bit. But once you get close to Christmas, you know, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then maybe through New Year's, bro, like, it's good to do your research. It's good to keep trying. I get it, you guys. If you're learning trading, you want to become rich. I know that's the goal, but also give yourself a break. You'll realize that, like, bro, it's important to take some breaks. It's not really all that it seems to be. It's not that exciting, bro. So just, you know, give yourself what you deserve, and that's a break. So yeah, go into the year, try and have some fresh accounts if you can. But otherwise, if you get to like Christmas Day and you got nothing, bro, just move on. It's all right. So with that aside, we're just going to get to this. Basically, the problem I have with January is I feel like there's just not the greatest expansion. But let's see, maybe I can lock in and try and catch some good trades for you guys. Maybe I'm going to eat my words after this. So I don't know if it like depends on the prop firm or live account or what, but some prop firms aren't even going to let you trade like on this first day anyways. But as you'll see, like, we created this weird gap, and I don't like this just because we closed here on this candle, right? And then we opened up here. So unless we create a nice gap for us to target coming into the session, I really don't want to be trading this. So I just skipped that, and we'll see what happens this year. But coming to the day, I'm literally skipping that. I'm just going to the following trading day for the year, which is going to be Tuesday the 3rd in this case. So we are going to mark out this high. This is going to be main target just because we're overall more bullish, I would say. I mean, you can also mark out a low here just in case we decide to come lower. But like, we have this 1 hour gap. We're starting to get through it. Assuming we inverse it, there's highs stacking up here. I want to see us come higher overall. So let's see what happens here. Go to the 1 minute. Okay, so initially we're going to move down, maybe just taking out some liquidity. And this is also a strong rejection. So let's see if we start moving up. Maybe we see something like this here, right? This is the retrace. Maybe we get a nice move up to target higher, but I want to wait and see what happens. Damn. Okay, that is a nice, I know I just said that's what we're looking for, but see how strong this is. Unfortunately, this is an annoying thing about backtesting is you can't enter live candle. Like, obviously I could come down here in 1 second this, but I just can't be bothered right now. It's 8:30. So, let's see, like, you would want to look for something like this, and then you could have a good stop loss. But it looks like off of this, like, your stop loss is just kind of trash. Like, you could put it here maybe, but I just don't really like this. So we're gonna wait and see. Everything else about this trade is good, but I just don't love the stop loss. 2 big things that we're looking for is we want a protected stop loss, and we want a good draw on liquidity. So we have a good draw. I think we want to come higher. We're coming through this gap, but we need to wait till we have like a pretty protected stop. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, this one's better. Still a little bit choppy in here, but look how we created like this swing low. This is what I would consider like a pretty protected stop, because at this point, like, I could just be wrong. We're either going to come down and like just be totally wrong. But after this displacement higher, this is pretty protected. Like if we're coming down here, I'm probably just wrong about the direction. So I'm going to be comfortable enough to take this. We have pretty much to fix $1,000 risk for this video. So we'll just see. We'll go break even, I guess, now. We're like halfway up. I'd probably be break even at this point, live chart. So nice movement up here. Okay. W. Glad to start off with a win. Whenever we start off with an L, it just ruins the tone for the video, and just not the best way to start. So let's see here. Okay. Coming into this day, overall, there just really is, again, there's just not a great trend. Maybe I'm just gassing it. Maybe January's not that bad, but I just feel like this really, I don't know, something about January leaves a bad taste in my mouth. So I would say overall, if we want to come higher, this would be the draw, but I'm leaning slightly more towards shorts. So I don't really want to mark out all this like liquidity in here, but I would imagine that the initial idea would be to take some of that out. So let's go to the 5 minute, see if we get a movement higher or lower. Okay, we just had news there and we took something out. Oh, it's also FOMC day, or FOMC minutes, I guess, which isn't bad. Okay. So at this point, I would say we're definitely coming lower. We'll mark this out. This isn't my favorite draw. I don't really like when these like lows, or when it stacks up like this, because let me just put you on something. To me, I just feel like from my experience and discretion, like when we see highs, like these clean highs, notice how it's just one up candle into this down candle. Same thing here. Nice up candle into the down candle. It's done. I don't really like this like down candle that's really heavy and then this like random like rejection here and then movement straight back up. I don't know. To me, it just feels like there's like almost like more resistance in this area or something, if that makes sense. And like we have this gap that's also holding, right? Tapped once, tapped again. So if we're like coming to that gap and tapping in and then rejecting, I really don't know if we want to come all the way through and take this low, but I'm still going to be leaning way more towards short than I would be for long. So if we can get a nice pullback and a good displacement with like a decent break even, then we'll try something. But all right, looks like we're starting to get that pullback. Ideally we retrace like a 5 minute gap, but we'll see. All right, that's the displacement we're looking for, honestly. But if we did not get the 5 minute gap, I don't think, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because 5 minute gap's resting right here. So if we were to take something like this, let's check it out. TP would be here. This is pretty tight. We're going for like almost a 1 to 2. This just seems like I kind of want to see more happen here because the way this one candle is, you would kind of want to see like, I feel like a little bit more up movement. Like to me, I don't really think we're just going to like go like this, make all this up movement and then just like one candle down and we're going. Like I feel like we might need to like chop a little bit and then come back down. But if you wanted to try something like this, like you could definitely make a case. I don't think it's a terrible trade. It just seems like you'd go break even quick. Like I'm talking 15 or 20 points. Let's see. What is that? 10 points. Okay, we'll wait for like 15 at least. All right, that's 15. So yeah, I have to be out of this, honestly. Of course, I'm going to let it run, but let's just see what happens. First candle. All right, not looking too hot. It's slowing down so much down here. Like these rejection wicks aren't the greatest. All right, yeah. Kind of had a feeling that wasn't my favorite trade. Not bad. Like you can make a case for it, like I said, but okay. Now we're creating better lows. We still have this low, so it definitely like still matters, even though it's just not my favorite. We have this low here. Again, this is what I like to see, like this nice candle, and then boom, these two nice wicks is good for me to target. And then also one thing, like if you just kind of look at this chop in here, and then like a small down candle, and then we have this like candle that rejected, right? Look at this now, targeting this liquidity. This is way stronger because if you look at the previous down candle, look at this fat like 78 point candle, and it closed, like had a low close. So to me, I'm going to be way more bearish. Again, I don't know if I said, but we did sweep out this low, so we'll see if we want to continue lower because we're starting to reject some. But like this is already starting to create that setup, right? We have this fat move to the downside. We're getting a bit of a retrace here. We just need to see something like this, and then hopefully we can target down to those lows. So let's see what happens here. Okay. Again, live time, it would depend how this candle's moving, but you could honestly like potentially enter off of like something here because if we're moving down here, like I probably would have entered because this kind of shows, like, to me, confirmation that we want to come lower. Obviously, live time, I would have to see more how it's working. I'm going to put a buy stop here, or sorry, sell stop. I know this is kind of lame because we want to wait for a candle closure, but if we're really coming lower off this, like I said, live time, I might have entered just off of this mid candle because it's like already showing the displacement, and I really am starting to like this draw. Like, when I see this, I just do not see us coming higher at all. I want to see us come down, so let's see. Okay, so that filled on the buy stop. Like I said, the only reason I put a buy stop is because, like I said, I might have already entered. So, and the nice part about that is we would already be break even because we hit this low. So let's see. Almost got break even on this, but not quite. Okay, nice. That looks so clean, bro. Just like, these are the best days because you'd literally be done by like 3 minutes into the market open, and we just, you know, move on with the day. So tough. All right. Let's see, what are we at? Couple trades down. Let's check this out. Okay, so I'm seeing that again, right? You want to pay attention to the trend, but look at this, like this is a more bearish trend, I would say, but this is a really strong buy up after we swept this low. Like, we took out this low and we were just totally flipping. So I would be maybe leaning more toward longs unless this just like totally gets rejected and starts ends up closing lower somehow. We also have this news low, which we could target. But overall, I'd probably lean slightly more towards longs here. Let's just see what we get, though. Okay, wow. So moving toward the news low, maybe we get a retrace and enter. Okay, there's the news. I'm going back to the 5 minute. I want to see. Look at this price action. Like, this just shows way more bearish. We're tapping in this gap, but we'd have to see a bigger displacement. Like, I'd want to see a candle down here to take shorts. Otherwise, we're not going to force shorts. We're just going to wait. So let's see. Okay. All right, yeah, the short idea is cooked, bro. Once we get this type of pullback, like, yeah, we're not taking that, bro. So let's see. Gonna go back to the 5 minute. Well, maybe we get some sort of movement. I'm trying to be slightly aggressive just for the video because I want to give you guys like a ton of examples. Like, again, live time, can't say exactly what trades what I would have taken, but just want to give you guys as many examples as possible. So we'll play this out because honestly, bro, like this is definitely moving higher. Let's check our draw. I would say this wants to come for this high. Like, I don't think we're just gonna leave this high. Well, let's check the R. Right, remember, the most important things here is that we have a protected stop loss, which we seem to have here, which is at this swing low right here. And then we've got a good draw for price, draw on liquidity, which is all the way up here. So maybe we just enter this one. What is this, like a almost 1 to 2? See if we can get a nice win here. Okay. All right, bruh. I mean, yes, potentially could have got break even in here. There isn't really even like a break even point though, so I was kind of just holding it. Also, when you do trade at this time of day, you low-key just gotta, like, I don't know, you kind of just gotta let it rock, just because it's gonna be more choppy. So if you're confident in the draw and liquidity, sometimes I'll just let it go. Also as well, I mean, it hasn't hit yet. Let me, bruh. Okay, we're gonna trail hard because this has no reason to not hit, right? Let's go here. Okay. All right. Wow. Well, anyways, what I was saying is, like, on a trade like this, if you're really confident in the draw, which I think is going to be this high, and we're just showing, like, even off this candle close, bro, we're showing that we want to come higher. At this time of day, it's going to be more choppy. Maybe I wouldn't have even traded here, but the point is, like, sometimes you let it run a little bit just because you're a lot more likely to get break-evened if you're at this time of day trading, because it's just not going to move as smoothly. As you'll see, it's always more choppy here than it's going to be down in this area. So let's see if we did take the high, bro. I would be shocked if we just leave this high. Okay, yeah, there's the high. All right, nice. Move to the next day. We've caught a couple dubs. We'll try and get through like one more week, hopefully, of dubs, and then maybe we call it here. Let's see. Call it there, I guess. We have this high, or sorry, not high, unfilled gap to target, but on the 4 hour, this is just like targeting nothing, bro. We're just like longing into nothing. So I don't really love longs here, but otherwise the next target would just be like any of these unfilled gaps, honestly. Let's see if we get some sort of movement there. Bruh. I'm just kind of looking at this. Again, these 4 hour gaps aren't super promising, but this is so bullish. Like, I really don't see us just flipping here. Like, I want to see us come up to these highs. I'm not going to lie, I'm tempted to long this, at least to this first hourly unfilled. But then after that, I would have to be done for sure. You could go up to like here even. Let's check this out. I mean, we have a decent stop loss. Not like could be slightly better, but it is protecting at least this 1 minute gap below. Let's just try this, bro. Again, for the video, I just want to show you guys like this idea of like, boom, we have a decent draw, which I think is these hourly unfilleds. Like if you just look at this trend, we're clearly not coming down here. This is a very bullish trend, relatively protected stop loss. We've got a nice movement up, retrace, and then confirmation, like displacement back in the correct direction, showing we want to come there. So let's see if this moves. Hopefully this one plays. Otherwise, it'd be unfortunate. Damn, bro. Not even a single move. I'm going to just leave it here for now. Hold on. Okay, nice dub. Let's see. Move on here. Okay, I'm seeing that we have like some sort of gap here, probably new week opening gap, whatever. It's got tapped into, but it hasn't got like all the way filled through. Like it has closed below, I guess, here, but I kind of want to see us like close below this entire like area here, like close below down at this area, this level somewhere below like these lows, below these lows, whatever. So we'll see. I want to be more bearish overall. I kind of want to see what kind of movement we get though off open. All right, so I was wrong. Okay, there's that bearish move. I'm gonna mark out these lows. Let's see if there's even anything toward here. Okay, no movement back down. Starting to get too deep of a retrace for us to enter this. And at this point, yeah, it's too late in the session, 11 o'clock. I'm not going to be trading that, so. All right, here. Looking like this, right? On one like this, I want to show you, and just in general, one thing you'll notice is I'm generally like going to mark out a draw on liquidity very fast and have a bias very fast. And that's because like it's really simple, bro. Like just break it down to the trends. Look at the trends in trading, bro. We're just clearly like, what is this trend right here? Boom, boom. It's moving up and then, oh shit. It's moving up and then we are heading toward this high. Like in terms of liquidity, right? You just look at this, bro. Like just tell me this wants to come lower. Obviously, I could be wrong. We may come lower, but overall, like I just want to see that high get taken out. I think that's the best thing to look for initially. If it doesn't want to move toward that, that's fine. Let's see. Okay, not clean price action, but we're getting that movement. You could debatably have said like this was a decent entry, but after like something down here, I don't even know, but after this bullshit, bro, there's no way I wouldn't have gotten break evened out of this. But that's like the only potential thing I could think, unless we retrace here. Maybe I look for something, but again, the draw on liquidity is so clear here. Higher, yeah, bro. Rough because again, two things we want is draw liquidity and a good protected stop, and in this case we kind of had that, but just not my favorite price action. So all right, let's see, what day are we on? 12th. Okay, let's check overall. Again, I'm gonna feel more bullish here, just more bullish movement. Okay, that has been filled. I thought that was an unfilled gap. Let's go to the hourly. It looks like, let me zoom in, hold on. Okay, yeah, it looks like this is the next thing that we could target up here. So I'm gonna feel, like I said, feeling more bullish on this. Let's go to the 1 minute, just to check the news candle. This is news. I thought it was this one for a sec, but yeah, it's this here. So we could also target that low. Let's see if we get some movement here in either direction. Okay, we're edging these lows. If we get a retrace in this 5 minute gap and nice displacement to the downside, I'll take this, but I really want to see some good displacement here to the downside to confirm it, because we're 100 points away right now, so we need to like really see. Damn, bro. Okay, there we go. So again, when we're getting these really deep retraces, no displacement to confirm the direction, that confirmation is one of the most important things with continuation trading, in my opinion, right? We really need to see that confirmation to show like we're actually trending and we're not just like flipping. So yeah, we're at this point, bro. We're not gonna get that what we're looking for. Okay, we're done with that one. Next day. All right. Bro, I feel like as the videos go on and just start taking less trades, maybe I just like get burnt out, honestly, bro. Okay. This one, I mean, it could be coming higher, honestly. It depends on the reaction out of these like gaps. If we start inversing them, it would be nice. But if you look at this is low-key overall more bullish, right? We could be trending toward this low potentially, but if we just start like rushing through these gaps, I'll target like this high up here. So let's see, 5 minute. Okay. I mean, like, it's moving up, but like, bro, where am I even supposed to take a trade in here, bro? Like, you could say maybe like this displacement. This is just bad PA, bro. Let's see. All right, bro, for the sake of the video, we'll just do this one. If we can get a 1-to-1 here. Yeah, whatever. All right, let's just try this, bro. Hopefully this takes it. Bro, yeah, this is just, what the fuck? Okay, this is just terrible price action, bro. Like, you should not take this for the video. Like I said, I just did this. But again, pretty clear draw in price. We had a good protected stop, but yeah, this is kind of trash, I'm not gonna lie. All right, next one. Let's see how let me check recording time. Hold on. Okay, we could probably get a little bit more in. Let's find out though. Overall here, I'm going to be more bullish, right? Look at the 4 hour, looking more bullish, tapping this 4 hour gap, starting to push out of it. I would say I'm more bullish. We have unfilled gaps above to target. We have this high. This would be like the main high that I want to see, because like if we're more bullish overall, right, we should be coming all the way up to there, I would say. So I didn't look for anything lower. Hold on. Yeah, lower doesn't really make sense to me. So I'm just going to look for this first. First 5 minute moves up. Okay, damn. All right, we already took that draw, so let's see if we can catch anything to the next one. But hold on. Is this a holiday, bro? Like, the previous one was moving crazy. This might also be a holiday, because I have no clue. Like, when we're trading continuation, right, we want to see some sort of expansion. If this is what the 15-minute likes, and we're 15-minute, like, looks like the chart, candles are not moving, just no reason to trade that, bro, because we're not getting the movement we want to see for continuation. All right, again, this high, still have this high. Check the 4 hour, right? Looks like we want to move up. So let's see here. Just going along with the trend. All right, damn, bro. We took that first high again. Let's see if we can come toward the next one, because I'm still more bullish. Unless it wants to 5 minute. Okay, let's see. Starting to get a bit of a movement up here. Ooh, I'm liking this displacement. Maybe we see. I'm gonna wait for one more, because we wicked out this previous high, which is kind of like scary to be longing in here. Let's go back to the hourly, and we're inside the hourly gap. But if you look at the 4 hour, like, I really just think that this next draw is the draw for price overall. So let's wait for like one more candle. You could make a case for this entry for sure, though. This could be an entry, but I just want to see slightly more displacement to confirm. So that's pretty good. Okay, we'll try this. 23 points though. Let's see if we can get a good stop. Damn. See, stop loss is not as good here. Still a decent trade, but stop loss was better on the previous one, in my opinion. Okay, did take the high. Nice. Okay, next day. Let's see here. Okay, again, we still have this to the left that we want to look for. Hasn't been tapped yet. Moving higher, so was there news? It's not the news candle. Okay, wait. News has already been taken out on both sides, so I don't really have to think about that. Okay, again, like, I think we want to come higher just because the higher time frame, but I'm not liking this price action. Like, this is really choppy. You could enter like I suppose you could enter this here. You could go break even at this like high and then put your stop loss down here somewhere, but it's just really pretty ass. Okay, wait, hold on. We're starting to move a little bit. See if we get that movement up. All right, bro. Again, like this, just like this isn't the greatest price action. I'm gonna be honest. January, just not the greatest price action. Perhaps I'm just forcing it, bro. But like, drawing liquidity looks good here. So, all right, let's see. Wow. Okay. I'm starting to look a little too perfect. The low-key needs to take an L, bro. I ended up going through a couple more days. There was literally nothing. So I'll just cut it out and show you guys the ones where I actually traded on. Like I said, January, not my favorite month. Kind of choppy, kind of slow, but it is what it is. So hopefully you guys are prepared for January. Hopefully this video helped you guys prepare. Basically the same idea, right? If you see a good trade, take it, but be a little more cautious because January is going to be similar to December in my opinion. It's probably going to be a little slower. Do your due diligence and practice, backtest before. Get ready, backtest those previous January so you know whether or not your strategy is going to work. But hopefully, again, this did help you. If you did learn anything from this video, please consider supporting me, like, subscribe, whatever it may be. And I hope to see you in the next video.